Alan and Colleen. So thanks for your question. I love it when people try and learn the software, and I'm going to try and do this in one take. We'll see if I succeed. I hope I do. Anyway, so the question here is, how do you quote multiple threads in one post? Because people do this occasionally. And the answer is actually fairly straightforward, but I'm going to give you a little bit of background knowledge first. So let's take a look at what happens when you quote a post. So suppose I want to quote my post here, this one where it says bravo. If I click on reply, it says reply quoting this member. What it does is it just jumps down to the standard place where you reply at the bottom of the screen and then inserts this gobbledygook. So let's take a moment and see what the gobbledygook is. Well, it says that here we're going to have a quote. We're going to quote someone named Forrest. We're going to quote a specific post that he made, post 29971, and my member number is 6. And then here's the text that we're going to quote. So anyway, it does this gobbledygook. You don't need to know all that stuff. But you do need to know that there's some gobbledygook. So I'm going to say I made this post while recording my tutorial, or the tutorial. The tutorial. And then I'm going to post it. So anyway, just to let you know, that's how that works. Now, if I want, I can put stuff in here. Let's see. So this comes before the post. This comes after the post, and all of those statements are true. So that will show up before, sorry, the quote, my bad. The quote, and this comes after the quote. But you can hear my keyboard here. Anyway, so if we post the reply, you'll see how everything that I wrote before the gobbledygook shows up before the gobbledygook, and everything that I do after the gobbledygook shows up after the gobbledygook. What you need to know is that you can actually press the reply button more than once to get multiple sets of gobbledygook. And that's really all there is to answering this question. Just press the reply button twice and you're good to go. So suppose I wanted to quote Collie, where she says, okay, here goes, and then me where I say bravo, I just click, watch this, reply, and it jumps down and adds the gobbledygook. And then I click on reply, and it jumps down and adds the gobbledygook. Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, so all you do here is, if you want, you can reorder them. So this gobbledygook is the top one. You can see this is Collie's. This is Collie saying, "Okay, here goes. Thanks, Forrest." And this is me saying, "Bravo," because she got it. She did exactly the right thing. That's really all there is to it. Okay. So now we're going to do something pretty cool. I'm going to copy this stuff, and I'm going to say, forget about this thread. I can take that gobbledygook and I can put it wherever I want. I guess that's all I'm trying to say. So I could take that gobbledygook and use it to respond to another thread, or I could post a completely new thread, and this one's going to be called an example thread for a video. I'm going to delete this afterwards, most likely, or maybe I'll just hide it. I'll hide it. And then you can put this in and say before the first gobble, how do you spell a gobbledygook? Gobbledygook. Between the gobbledygook. I think I'm probably getting you a little bit more detail than you need here. The gobbledygook. You can tell me in the comments afterwards. Let me know how I did. After all, I just cannot write the word gobbledygook. I'm sorry. After all, the gobbledygook. So when I post this thread, then this will come up here. So I will post this, create this thread, and you can see as it works. Now what's kind of interesting about this is you see this arrow? A lot of people don't know this, but if you click on this arrow, you can see it's a link. And if I click on this, it'll take me back to the thread that I was looking at before. That's a really nice way, I think, to connect those two threads. From a search engine optimization perspective, which is something you guys don't have to worry about, it draws attention to the threads that get quoted the most. So that's a nice hidden feature that that I have to think about and you don't, or that I'm thrilled about and it just works. I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask, and thanks for your awesome question. Thanks.